Hi, good afternoon. This is Alayna from DeFalco News. I have a wonderful guest here, Rick Foster. He's a well-known inspector in Horry County. I use him all the time. I know many realtors also use him as well. Today we're going to talk about new build inspections. And I know a lot of buyers and a lot of agents don't even know that you can hire an outside inspector to do an inspection for your new builds. Generally, we think we leave it up to the builders and we say, no, they got it handled. But I want Rick to explain to you today why it is so important to get a new build inspection outside of the builder, and also maybe some things that you found during that.
I'd like to preface this by saying I was a home improvement contractor for 42 years before I started doing home inspections. I moved down here 7.5 years ago, and I've done over 2,800 inspections. Probably 200 of them were new construction. Okay. So there's a lot of stories to tell. Here's the thing. Your builder's going to say, oh, no, you don't need an inspection. We have our own guys that do it. But they work for the company, and let's face it, if you're working for the company, you're not going to find all the stuff that I'm going to find. I know what everything's supposed to look like, act like, feel like, move like, and that's the thing. Another thing is cosmetic issues. Obviously, you're buying an older home. Cosmetic issues are not included in an inspection.
Correct.
But a new construction, absolutely. You're not going to buy a new car and the dealer say, oh, well, don't worry about that scratch down the side. That goes with it.
Good point.
Well, you're not going to buy something 10 times more that cost and accept anything that's wrong with it cosmetically. Mm-hmm. As well as, and I don't know if you've seen the other video about regular inspections, getting in the attic, because I've seen brand new homes well under insulated. 3.5 inches of insulation on this one particular one. Just a couple months ago, my sister's a realtor down here. She had the client, she had the buyer. I went up in there and I'm walking around and I'm seeing the top of the floor joists or the ceiling joists, and I'm seeing the ceiling joists and I'm thinking, all right, well maybe they're 2x8s, maybe it's 8 inches, 7.5 inches. That's still not enough. I pulled away the insulation and it was 3.5 inches. It was a 2x4 bottom cord on the truss, which means it's the ceiling joist. They had 3.5 inches of insulation. Down here in the southeast, 10 inches is the minimum. So the builder, I almost named him, the builder had to come in and re-insulate the entire attic. And if the person didn't have that inspection, they probably wouldn't have known. They go up in the attic and say, oh, look at all the insulation we have. Right. I took 6 pictures. I actually moved the insulation away. I took pictures of the 2x4 and the insulation just covering it.
Of all the final walkthroughs I've done with the builder, we have never gone up in the attic. Is there anything else you want to share about the new build construction inspection?
No, I think the big thing to remember is that on a new build construction, the foundation, the structure, the electrical, the plumbing in the walls is probably going to be okay. When I first moved down here, people would say, oh, I want you to do a pre sheetrock inspection, and it's really a waste of money. I talk people out of it because the county is very stringent with those rough inspections. Fire stops, pressurized pipes, water lines, electrical lines. They're very strict with that. So it's just pretty much when everything's done, I come through and I find what's wrong with it.
Okay. Well, great. I learned something new today as well. Thank you very much for being here.
You're welcome.
Until next time.